All right, it's been a minute, but we're back.
It's been a hot minute. It's been almost a month.
Honestly, yeah.
3 weeks.
3 weeks, but we're back.
Yes.
The better podcast is back. I just want to get that out there because before Bella tunes off.
Yeah, there we go. Bring her down.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, like this is like very more chill. So I don't know. It's just like, what's up, man? How you doing?
Oh, you know, we just went over this.
We did, but like
just nice chill day.
that's a chill day. Yeah, I feel you.
Yeah, it's like 50 out. Can walk around with a windbreaker.
Yeah. I did appreciate the recent studio meddling and James Gunn
Getting rehired.
getting rehired.
You know, I read an article and Disney just wasn't even looking for another director
Oh, really?
for it. They because when Kevin Feige released that statement was like, yeah, Guardians 3 is kind of on hold right now. It's been pushed to the back of the priority list. It's like when you hear that and then James Gunn gets rehired, it's like it's pretty clear that was just either a publicity stunt and a really fucked up one at that, or like I don't know.
No, I think even there was apparently a talk that went on, and it wasn't about if he was going to come back. It was about when he was going to come back. So
Yeah, I don't know. I just don't see Guardians working without him.
no, not at all. I agree.
Yeah.
I think it. I don't know. I just think it'd be kind of messed up too to give his property to just someone else to direct. You know?
Well, I mean, it's weird because you can distinctly tell when the Avengers movies change.
Yes, from Joss Whedon to the Russo brothers. Yeah,
and it's kind of the same situation,
mm-hmm.
except I think the Russo brothers are doing a fantastic job.
Yeah,
I just don't know who they would have given it to.
Yeah, I agree. I don't know
to keep that tone, because even the Russo brothers knew they couldn't keep the tone, and they had James Gunn come in and he was like, he directed all the scenes with the Guardians.
Really?
In Infinity
that's
War.
really cool. I didn't know that.
Yeah. So they didn't even want to fuck it up.
Yeah.
So I mean, I really don't know who Disney would have brought on.
Zack Snyder.
Oof. Yeesh. But I mean, James Gunn, I don't know. Is he still going to do Suicide Squad 2?
I think so.
I really hope he doesn't.
I think he is.
That's such a taint on your legacy.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
I mean, maybe the DCEU will get better.
Yeah.
I think it's possible if they embrace these trashy films that they're bringing.
Yeah.
Like, despite how great Wonder Woman is, it's great for a few reasons. It's empowering and it has the Wonder Woman theme, and Gal Gadot's actually pretty good.
Yeah.
As Princess Diana. But other than that, it's not that great of a movie. It's kind of just trash.
It's your basic
schlock,
like
in my opinion.
Origin story, you know.
But I think if DC embraces that and the studio just lets these directors do what they want, you can get these fucking crazy messes like Aquaman that are still really fun to watch. But that's all they are. They're just fun to watch.
I definitely think they should go more campy. I think that's what DC, like, Superman should be campy. He shouldn't be, like, serious, like, this is what real life is. Nobody wants to watch that.
Yeah.
I want to watch Superman, like, save a kid, and then he's all like, this is why America's great, you know?
Fucking yeah, that's what Superman, like, taught. He was like, peace, justice, and the American way. And it's like, where was that in this one?
There was none of that in the past 10 years of Superman. It's all been like fuck Superman. Like, how dare he try and save these people, but in the meantime get all these people killed. What is this? Like, I don't want that.
Like, I think that was it was an interesting thing to bring up after movies like Transformers and the first Avengers. But I don't think it doesn't work for the DCEU, especially since that was like the second movie that they were already trying to push that. At that point, Marvel had 2 Iron Mans, 1 Captain America, and 1 Thor out before they even like got to the first off this huge movie, and then it was still like another 7 to 8 movies before they even started getting shit for like dropping cities on other cities and stuff like that. And DC wanted to do that in like their second movie, and that it's just poor planning.
It's poor planning. I agree, and I also think that if you want to do the dark realistic, you stick with Batman. Then you have Superman be the juxtaposition of that. If you have a Superman movie with Batman in it, you can keep all the Batman scenes. That's why we love the Batman scenes in that movie, because it's what Batman should be. But then with all the Superman scenes, it's like, God damn, man, this whole movie, it's sad. sludgy.
Like Superman never cracks a smile
No.
in Batman v Superman.
Not at all.
And that's what he's like always. He's supposed to do that more than Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
Like he's supposed to be smiling at all times. Like I love what they did with Gal Gadot, and like they always made her like looking perfect. Makeup was great and all that stuff.
Yeah, that should be Superman as well.
That should be Superman too. Because they're fucking aliens, man.
Yeah, they're not
fucking
human. They are literally like perfect. Like we look up to these guys. Like I know Zack Snyder's trying to do the Jesus interpretation. Well, make him a god. Make him a god.
Fucking embrace it, man. It just doesn't make sense why you wouldn't. So I mean, I don't know. I think that they should get rid of Man of Steel, Batman v Superman, and what is it? First Suicide Squad. From the DCEU. Start off with Wonder Woman. You can leave Justice League in there.
Yeah.
Piece of shit, but you can leave it in there because it was so okay.
Yeah.
It was so okay. But then you can just have Wonder Woman and then Justice League, Aquaman, and you're fine. Your DCEU is good now. Not good. But it's good.
No, I feel you. How would you go about doing that, though? Because do you just kill off Batman and Superman and find new people to take their place?
I mean, Ben Affleck's already left.
Yeah, he's
Henry
left.
Cavill, I'm pretty sure,
He's
is already
be
left.
leaving, yeah.
So, I mean, and they're not... I'm pretty sure the next Suicide Squad is called The Suicide Squad instead of Suicide Squad 2. So, I think they're going for soft reboot.
Yeah, they are.
And
they're not... Will Smith's not coming back, but Margot Robbie is.
So, I mean... Start a new universe, but don't make it apparent.
Okay.
But make it apparent what movies are in it. And like I'm saying, just drop Man of Steel, drop Batman v Superman, and you can just be like, oh, it was some coincidental casting that we had in between. But I mean, because Ben Affleck's not coming back, and Henry Cavill's not coming back, Will Smith's not coming back, and I don't know if Jared Leto's going to want to come back because of how
bad
Warner Brothers fucked him over. So...
Well, I'd still be down for like a Flashpoint Paradox sort of situation.
Yeah, I mean, depending on how it goes with Endgame, I'm sure they could do it.
Yeah,
like time travel, superhero
and
movies.
Yeah,
because I mean, X-Men: Days of Future Past did it, but people
are
still pissed off about it because.
Really?
I mean, the only reason I'm pissed off about it is there was great things about it. It wiped X-Men Origins from the slate, and it wiped The Last Stand from the slate. But then it made these two timelines converge in a way that I didn't want, because X-Men First Class and X-Men Days of Future Past shouldn't have mixed. They shouldn't have mixed James McAvoy and Patrick Stewart and fucking Michael Fassbender and Ian McKellen. It raises too many questions, especially with the years that are placed into these things, because if you just look at the new Dark Phoenix, it's all sorts of fucked up.
Oh yeah,
it's so messed up. This universe is so messed up at this point, and Dark Phoenix just needs to wrap it up. It's gonna be garbage. It's gonna be bad. I'm sad.
I'm sad too, but it sucks because none of these movies are going to be remembered, the X-Men movies, because Marvel's going to like take the Fox franchise and just completely do their own thing with it.
Yeah, what sucks is that First Class and Days of Future Past are genuinely good movies. They're going to be forgotten. I feel so bad about that. I'm going to be like, hey guys, you want to watch my favorite movie, X-Men 2? They're going to watch like the first like 20 minutes and be like, Dad, this sucks. Please turn it off. It's so 2000s. That's my problem with the X-Men movies and the Spider-Man movies. They're just so 2000s. The good thing about Iron Man, and I hate to keep bringing it back to this, is it was made in 2008 or 2009, which was like the ass end of shit superhero movies, or campy superhero movies, I'll call them. Yeah. Because they're not shit. They're just campy, and I can laugh my ass off thoroughly at all of them. But I don't... It's good that it's over, because now they're being taken seriously.
I agree. Guess. I agree that I'm glad that we're in this golden age of superhero movies, but I'm also sad that my kids are never going to be able to appreciate Spider-Man like I was able to in campy like 2003 era superhero films.
Yeah, so I'm just not gonna have kids. Yeah. So I don't have to fucking be like, yo, you guys, you want to see something funny?
And then they're like,
I don't want to have to explain to my kids why something is funny to me. Like, do you know how weird that would be? Like, I have trouble justifying funny shit to me too already, and so that would just add a whole layer of confusion to me and them. They'd be like, Dad, why are you struggling with your words? Aren't you like a writer or something? I'd be like, Yeah, you're right. Fuck, I don't know what's
going
on.
on.
Okay.
God damn it.
I mean, I know that Green Goblin just vaporized people with like this stupid grenade, but look at how fake they look. And they're like,
like, Dad, what the fuck?
now why are you laughing? I'm
Oh
like,
my
because the CG's terrible.
They're like, what is CG? What are you talking about? Those guys just died. And I'm like, oh, Jesus Christ. All right, let's watch The Matrix.
Oh, no. Also a very overrated movie, in my opinion, that I'm not wild about.
So-
Honestly, I'm not.
So if you don't like that, what do you think of the new John Wick trailer?
I'm excited.
Did a little callback? Did you notice that?
What callback?
The gun comment. I forgot what it was. It was like
Lots of guns.
lots of guns.
Yeah.
Did you think that was a little cheesy?
No,
Okay.
because John Wick's perfect.
Okay.
John Wick 1 and Chapter 2 they're golden, man.
I agree.
I mean, they're stupid, but they're golden.
Yeah,
in my opinion.
Well, that's what I like. You know, it's the first scene in John Wick 2 is that he goes out and like kills the brother of the bad guy or whatever, and it's kind of, you know, that's sort of like campy, like the aesthetic and all of that. I fuck with that, and I think it's totally fine if Keanu Reeves references the Matrix in John Wick 3, because I don't know, I don't really care too much. I think it's kind of funny, you know, when he's like guns, lots of guns. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, it's just the universe that John Wick unintentionally built. That's perfect.
Yeah.
Like I don't know if they counted on building this universe, but it works so well.
That's my favorite part. Like, because John Wick 2, like, you know that he's like invincible at this point. So I kind of liked it more when they were exploring the hotel and like the underground world more.
Well,
I was enjoying that.
I think that this one's gonna like delve much deeper into it because it's worldwide at this point. They're bringing fucking Halle Berry and her dogs into this shit.
Yeah.
So I mean, I don't know. I enjoy how there's just accepted shit like. He's excommunicado. I'm like, that is so stupid.
I love it.
That is the stupidest shit. And in that movie, it just works. Yeah. It works because fucking John Wick shot a dude where he wasn't supposed to shoot him. And so they're like, we have a word for that motherfucker. Of the
universe, yeah.
And I'm like, yes.
Yeah.
Like, that's how you make a universe. You just make the rules as is.
As is. And if someone breaks it, that's what happens. It allows you to have cause and effect. You know, there's no like in any other film, John Wick could have killed that person and be like, it's okay, John, we'll give you a pass. No, this one, you're fucked, John. The world is going to fuck. And it allows the stakes to rise in John Wick 3.
That's what was so good about John Wick 1 to 2, which is why I like 2 better than 1. A lot of people like 1, and I'm like, 1 has some really good moments, but 2 is better because it's bigger.
It's bigger.
And 3 is
going to be even bigger.
Yeah, it's literally times 3 because you fucking took this city, and then you took this state, and then you took the fucking world. So I'm really excited for it, needless to say. And I don't think that it's obviously going to be corny. It's going to be trashy probably, but it's going to be good.
It's going to be I agree. I
think it's going to be good.
I think they take the fight scenes the way that they have been doing it and they just make them really fucking good. Then you already got a perfect movie, in my opinion. Because that's kind of why I like John Wick 1 so much. I love the world building. The world building was awesome. It's what elevated it to such a classic. But I mean, I can't really call it a classic yet, but I think it will be a classic. But the fight scenes, like the club, in his house, everything, like those were being referenced on Reddit constantly about how he checked how much ammo he had before he shot, and he actually ran out of bullets, and he actually gets shot, and he actually gets hurt, and he has to like still fight it. He's like, half like fucked up, you know? That's the kind of shit that I like. And that's what I've liked about a lot of recent fight, like Daredevil. They had that where if he gets punched, it actually feels like he's actually, as a character, feels like he's getting fucked up. The Raid 2, all these, we're having like a little bit. It's been a minute since those movies came out, but I have a feeling that violence and these fight scenes in movies might be taken a little bit more seriously in the future, and I'm very happy about that.
I think it is because we're past the
shaky cam,
the awful Bourne effect that I don't think was ever cool.
No.
Those are my least favorite parts of those movies, is the fight scenes.
Yeah.
And they're supposed to be the best.
Yeah.
But I can't fucking tell what's going on.
I know.
And I hate the videos that are like, but Jason Bourne did it right. I'm like, no, he didn't.
No.
He didn't. He popularized, Paul Greengrass popularized the worst thing. Shaky cam violence.
I hate that.
How is that? How does that make any sense? You're shaking the camera and you cut before anything makes an impact, but you throw in a sound effect so it makes it, and it's shaking too. Like that. Like you have to keep coming back to that. The fact that it's shaking, it's not a good idea.
No, I hate when people bring up like the Bourne Identity used shaky cam right. I'm like, no, they didn't. They just
and it got worse with every movie.
Yeah,
it really did.
Yeah. Look, the only reason you should ever use shaky cam, and I don't even think you ever should use shaky cam, is if your actor cannot fight whatsoever. Matt Damon is not a fighter, so they're going to use shaky cam to make it look like he can fight. And that's why I think Keanu Reeves is perfect in John Wick, because he actually can fight. He's pretty good at doing his stunts, but I just think that there's better ways around. I think it's kind of lazy. I think when you're a filmmaker, you ought to find the best appealing as like visual for the audience, and that is not shaking the camera around where I can't even tell what's going on.
That's why I like single camera or minimal cutting.
Yes.
In fight scenes.
Yeah.
Because it makes it seemingly it's stable. You can see what's going on, and that's what makes the Raid movies so good. Yeah. Because like even though the camera might be rotating, it's one camera, and it's staying on the action.
There's too many times where it cuts, and you kind of it's like you lose immersion a little bit. When it's one shot and it's just a constant shot, like you said, it makes you feel like you're there in the world, and it's like I don't know, I kind of feel like an increase in tension when there's less cutting, and you got to just see these guys kind of duke it out a little bit.
Like imagine the scene in True Detective.
Yes.
The one take.
Yes.
Imagine if there was cuts in that. It would, because cuts automatically break immersion already.
Yeah.
And shaky cam makes it worse because it's cutting in between you trying to adjust to every shot. It just wouldn't have worked.
No, it wouldn't have.
It wouldn't have worked.
Well, yeah, that's
what makes one take so intense.
Absolutely. No, I'm glad you brought that up, because I agree. When it's the one shot, it's like you're there in the house with Matthew McConaughey. And the whole point about cutting and all that is to, you're showing the audience what to look at. But there, it's like all of a sudden something's going on over there. So the camera pans over and you get to see what's going on. And all of a sudden you see what's going on over there. But it's almost like it's not omnipotent. It's first person. You're there in the room with these people. So if something's going on back there and you're not seeing it, it's almost like tension's increasing until the camera does turn around. And all of a sudden, boom, the shotgun goes off and kills someone. And then it turns around. You're there looking at Matthew McConaughey like, what do we do? And he's like, all right, I'm going to take this guy out of the house. And you're like escaping from the cops with Matthew McConaughey. You're jumping over the fence. The camera goes over the fence with Matthew McConaughey. It's like you're escaping. It's such a good scene. And yeah, you're right. The tension is amplified.
Yeah, and that was the problem with the one big action scene in True Detective Season 2 that everyone likes, is it's not like it at all. Everyone's like, oh, episode 4 has to... Okay, we've forgiven you for being fucking boring and convoluted and absolutely batshit insane Season 2. So Season 4 has to end, or episode 4 has to end with a huge action scene.
Yeah.
And it does.
Yeah.
But it's cutting all the time, and you don't know what the fuck is going on. No location is established at all, and it's cutting between bang, bang, bang. And yeah, maybe it adds to this disorienting effect. But maybe you should have established a location before you started fucking shooting at people.
I agree.
And that was the problem with that for me, is everyone's like, oh, but that was the best part. And I'm like, if that's the best part of this season for you, that's a problem. Because I couldn't tell what was going on. And honestly, I think I skipped all the way through episode 4 just to see it. And then when I got there, I was like, this is stupid. This is bad.
Yeah, I agree. I know I'm totally with you. I was very disappointed. Now that the hype's kind of down and it's kind of settled, and yeah, we've talked about season 3. It's good. It's definitely good, but it's just, I remember when we went into it, we were a lot more hyped up, and it does seem a little bit more disappointing looking back at some of those scenes, like you said. Like
I'm talking about season 2.
Oh, you're talking about season 2? I never saw season 2.
Yeah, season 2, there's a huge action scene at the end of episode 4, just like there was with season 1.
Okay.
And so that was like a huge problem with it.
All right, yeah, I never saw it, but what did you think of the fight scene in season 3? Did you like that fight scene?
Yeah, that was good.
That was good?
I thought that one was good.
Okay.
Because they had gone to that person's house before. They had him walk around inside of it and all that stuff before that happened. And
so it was able to establish
it
the
established it correctly, because since it wasn't going to be a one take where you're taking everything in brand new, like with the Matthew McConaughey in season 1, that one works because you're learning as you go. But that one's shot differently than the one in season 3. In season 3, it's a location that you already know. It's small. It's not too big, and you know the characters that are there already. Okay. You know who's going to be shooting. You know who's going to be shot. You know everyone in that situation. And that was the problem with season 2, is they gear up the whole police force, and the entire police force goes. And it's just this fucking huge building of dudes just shooting at them. And it just does not work. Yeah. It doesn't work, because they find out about this place. They're like, okay, we have to go there for fucking reasons to keep the story moving. They go there. It's a place you've never been to. It's a place that isn't further established. It's a place where there's too many people to care about, and it just doesn't work. That's what's wrong with it.
I feel you. I'll probably never see it.
Yeah.
But I agree. I mean, everything you're saying makes sense. There was no like messed up time in season 2, right? It was all like chronological.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Well, that was the other problem.
Yeah, I mean, Colin Farrell's character dies at the end. Taylor Kitsch's character dies second to last episode. I think Vince Vaughn dies in it, and I think Rachel McAdams is the only one that's left. Which, first off, you have 4 main characters, which is a huge problem. The way they bring them together is terrible. But anyways,
yeah,
I digress.
Well, because in season 1, would you consider the wives, or I guess the wife of Woody Harrelson, a main character?
If she got nominated for like an Emmy or a Golden Globe, I would definitely put her in a supporting thing. I wouldn't nominate her as like a leading actress in a TV series.
Okay, no, that's fair.
I definitely wouldn't. She's in it enough to where I guess I could see that being justified, but she's in it not enough, in my opinion.
Yeah, I thought that was interesting.
I think that the 2 lead characters are Matthew McConaughey and Woody Harrelson, and I think that it would go then the wife and then the 2 black detectives that are interviewing Matthew McConaughey and
they would be the next
Woody Harrelson
main characters. Okay, yeah, I could see that. What about and then would you put the girl he's sleeping around with like next?
I would probably put her like under the, you know how on Billings it's like with or and blah blah blah. Yeah. I would probably put her under the with section, like with Alexandra Daddario. I think that's her name. Yeah,
she's a good actress.
Yeah, she's pretty good. She's very good in that show. I'll give her that.
Yeah, she's great in that. Great in Baywatch.
Why is there more naked dudes than naked chicks in the
They knew
Baywatch
what they were doing.
remake?
They knew what they were doing.
It's not fair.
It's not, but they knew so well. Like, we only see Oscar from The Office's penis, and then the other guy is like outline of his penis in that movie. Ugh. God, I still remember watching that and with a friend of mine and leaving so disappointed. But it's all right because I got to see The Rock. I got to see who was the other guy? The guy from Troy from High School Musical.
Zac Efron.
Yeah, he was hot in that movie. I'll give him that. He has a great bod.
Yeah, he does. But Jesus, I don't know. I'm excited that The Rock fatigue is starting because it started last year with Skyscraper bombing. It made double its budget.
That's ridiculous. I didn't know it did so well. I thought it would have flopped.
It should have. It's such a bad movie.
I don't know. I feel like The Rock has its ups and downs. Like, you remember San Diego? that was so bad.
San Andreas, yeah. The earthquake movie. Still, that movie was really successful, though.
Yeah, exactly.
It was.
I feel like he has these ups and downs, or ups and downs, really just ups and more ups.
Yeah, because, I mean, he's been building, and then Skyscraper came around, and then I think that was the only movie that he was, like, big in last year. And so far this year, we've got Hobbs and Shaw coming out later this year, and then we had that one movie where he's like...
Rip.
Yeah, rest in peace. We have that one movie where he's like some in some wrestler's family, but he's not like a lead role in it.
That's
he's just a family member.
I never even heard of that.
Yeah, it's called Fighting with My Family. And I don't know. So I mean, Rock fatigue is good.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely would like to see him have like almost like a Steve Carell comeback where he starts doing really serious stuff. I think that'd be cool.
He's too big.
Mm-hmm.
He's too larger than life.
It's the Chris Farley problem.
It's more than that. It's like the Arnold Schwarzenegger problem.
Oh, that's a good.
Arnold Schwarzenegger or Dolph Lundgren.
Yeah.
Seeing Dolph Lundgren in fucking Aquaman was his best role in years because like he wasn't trying to be taken seriously. Mm-hmm. Like in Creed 2,
that was so good.
Me?
That was his acting in that was phenomenal.
He was so shit. He was the worst part of the fucking movie.
In Creed 2?
Dolph Lundgren?
Yeah, I thought he was good.
No, he's awful.
I thought it was cool him doing like a serious performance.
I didn't think that at all. It's not. It doesn't work. Like, there's a difference between Steve Carell and fucking Dolph Lundgren. Dolph Lundgren didn't get in, or Steve Carell didn't get into a ring in a movie and fight Sylvester Stallone. Okay, Dolph Lundgren did. You can't come down from that. Mm-hmm. You have to be in action movies for the rest of your life.
That's facts. That is facts. If you fight Sylvester Stallone in any movie, you're campy.
Or you have to be in a parody or satire parodying yourself.
Yeah,
that's the only way it works.
Mm-hmm.
That's why Terry Crews is so good in Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Yeah.
Because he's parodying himself. He's like this really sensitive, good dancing, good singing father.
Yeah.
And he's like scared to shoot his gun like the entire first season. And so when they finally get him to do it, it's like, holy shit. But it works.
Yeah.
And like that's why it wouldn't work for fucking The Rock. That's also why Skyscraper didn't work, because he was like, I'm a family man who lost my leg.
That was so dumb.
I was like, what a shit plot point.
So dumb.
What a stupid plot point, because he's pretty much just this beefcake without like a fucking lower half of a leg. Whoop-de shit, dude. You're still The Rock. You're still pounding the chick from Scream. Okay? Fucking shut up, dude. Ooh, I feel so bad for you.
Yeah, you have to feel.
Get out
he has to have
here.
a character, like a character problem. He has to have a weakness.
Yeah, he has to have a weakness. This motherfucker still survives the movie. He doesn't have a weakness. It'd be a weakness if it was exploited and worked. It'd be so much different. Like, what if they actually cut? I mean, do you remember from Fast and Furious 7 where he gets injured and then he breaks out of the fucking cast by flexing? He flexes and he breaks the cast. I'm like, what's the point of putting him in a cast if he's just gonna fucking go big man and fucking break it?
Oh, that was my favorite part. Oh my god.
What's the fucking point?
I love that shit.
And then he goes with his fucking whatever was wrong with his arm is just magically fixed because he goes with a minigun 10 minutes later and shoots down a fucking helicopter with Jason Statham in it.
That shit is so fucking awesome.
There's no point in impairing The Rock because he's not gonna get impaired. He survived Skyscraper. He survived the Fast and the Furious movie series. He's fucking fine. He's not going to get hurt unless you fucking put him on his knees and shoot him point blank in the forehead. I don't think he can die. I don't think he can.
I don't even think if you shot him in the forehead, he'd die.
I'm pretty sure it would just bounce off.
Yeah, just bounce right off.
He's like fucking Idris Elba in this new movie with fucking him and Jason Statham trying to fight Idris Elba. I'm pretty sure The Rock just has bulletproof skin. Okay, I swear to God, he probably, if you shot him in the face, it would just go ping, and he'd be like, what the... Why'd you waste a bullet on my forehead?
Yeah. Honestly, I wish that would be like the next like joke that they use is like the bad guys are just like, yo man, like why are we wasting our time?
Yeah.
Fuck it. Let's just put our guns down. Rock, you can just like they're like, oh my god, dude. It's The Rock.
And there you go, full circle. That's what I was talking about. He becomes a parody of himself. And then that's all he plays. Yeah. Because he can't do serious. I cannot take The Rock seriously. That's why he was fine in Jumanji. That's why he was fine in The Tooth Fairy 10 years ago. That's why he works in these movies, because he's either ridiculous or he's kicking ass or he's doing both. And that's what works. Motherfucker, don't try and get me to take you seriously because, oh, I lost a leg. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. Get somebody in there who's actually lost a fucking leg.
That'd be cool. That's
what I was saying. Like, I was partially joking when I tweeted it a few months ago, but it's like, Get somebody to actually like be blind, that is blind, to play Daredevil. Okay?
That'd be cool.
That'd be fucking insane.
Yeah.
The acting chops on that motherfucker.
Yeah.
So like,
he'd be winning all the Emmys.
everyone is like, oh well, it's acting, so Charlie Cox is amazing because he's playing a blind person. I'm like, what? Because he doesn't stare people in the eyes? I can fucking do that if I don't try.
Yeah, and he wears glasses half the time.
Yeah,
anyway.
Exactly. It's not hard.
Yeah. I think
So
that
get
would've been
somebody
cool.
in there who's actually blind.
Yeah.
Somehow train them in this fight choreography and get them to deliver lines to people they're never gonna see. That is better acting than what Charlie Cox would have done.
Yeah, and I love Charlie Cox, but that would be cool. I'd be down to see that.
Yeah, so I mean, get a fucking blind actor to play Daredevil. That's all I'm saying. And stop giving The Rock serious roles.
That's always asking Hollywood, okay? Just give him those two things.
And also fucking, I don't know, don't make Idris Elba Deadshot in Suicide Squad 2. I don't want that. That's so bad for him. It's not fair. They can't just go from, ooh, well, the token black guy from America dropped out, so we can get the token black guy from England. He's like, yeah, I'll take it because nobody appreciates me yet.
Yeah.
Just cast Idris Elba as James Bond, and we're fine.
That'd be cool.
That's all we need. That's all we need.
Yeah.
Those three things. Blind actor to play Daredevil, The Rock stop being in serious shit, and Idris Elba as James
the next
Bond.
James Bond.
Because then he'll have money to say yes or no to any roles.
Yeah, that's the problem. Like, I also, did you see the new Netflix thing that he's in, where he's like a DJ?
Yeah, it's so stupid.
Yeah.
I'm like, why'd you accept that? He's actually a real DJ
Yeah.
in real life.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's cool. That's fine. That's your pastime. But don't play one in a fucking Netflix original.
Yeah.
It just sounds so stupid. Because it is.
Yeah, I was pretty much thinking, like, this is Idris Elba's way of just showing off that he's a DJ for like
I'm like,
10
I'm sure
episodes.
the DJ scenes, like, he didn't have to act for that shit. That's probably cool to see.
Yeah.
But maybe I'd go to a live show for that or something. He's playing at like Coachella or Lollapalooza or some
Really?
shit. Yeah,
That's
where
dope.
He's fucking DJing.
That's sick.
Yeah, so I mean that's cool, but it's like why do that in a show or something?
You know, Netflix has run out of like ideas. They're just like, you know what, Idris Elba, if you just DJ for 10 episodes and we'd write a stupid plot point around it, then we'll pay you some money.
It's so bad. God damn it, it's so bad.
So who's going to be the next big star? Who's going to be the next rock of the 2020s?
Bro, I don't know. I can predict the actors of this upcoming generation, but I can't predict like who's gonna become a fucking beefcake.
Yeah.
Because I think they have to be working right now, but not like be in movies. They just have to be getting big. So I don't know. Honestly, I haven't thought about it because I think The Rock's secure until at least 2025.
Yeah, I agree. I think by 2025, usually that halfway
He already
through the
has
decade.
enough money, but I think he's just gonna keep getting more until then.
Yeah.
And then we're gonna be like, you've had enough, because he's gonna have his Robert Downey Jr. Thing where he's gonna be like, okay, I've been doing this for 10 years, I've been doing it pretty successfully.
Yeah.
And then we're gonna be like, okay, and then he's gonna have a swan song, and then we're gonna be like, cool.
Yeah, exactly. Just like Hugh Jackman.
Yeah, I mean it works.
It works. It's a moneymaker. So Hollywood would definitely do that. It'd be Fast and the Furious 25.
I mean, I swear to God, it's gonna be fucking Fast and the Furious, probably like 16 when he retires.
Yeah, he's gonna be like, guys, it's good riding with you, but sometimes I gotta drive solo. Goes off into the sunset.
What's bizarre is that he wasn't even introduced until like Fast and the Furious 5.
I know.
They're like, yeah, we got Fast 5, and you're like, what the fuck is this shit? And he's like, yeah, I'm just gonna be a big baby oiled man running through fucking Brazil, smashing through favelas and houses.
I love it.
I'm like, yo, this is so disrespectful to fucking Brazil, man. How are you gonna do this to Rio de Janeiro?
Yeah, they do it every movie too.
Every fucking movie. Fucking Bad Boys 2.
Yeah.
Just destroy that favela. I don't remember if it's in Brazil or not. It's in one of those Latin American countries that they just absolutely fucking destroy. And I'm like, come on.
Yeah. That's why I'd love to be on one of those sets, just because, like, you know that they pick those places as, like, you know, places to just chill at. Like, I feel like it's the Adam Sandler thing where he just, like, makes movies with all his friends.
I fucking hate Adam Sandler. I hate that he's successful, and I hate that SNL gave him his boost. I'm like, Fuck you. That's one thing I won't forgive SNL for. Bring Chris Farley back to life. I'm not even a huge fan of Chris Farley, but bring him back to life and kill Adam Sandler, okay?
Oh, you heard it here first.
I'm just saying. I mean, Adam Sandler has never been funny to me.
What about I'm trying to think. What about Happy Gilmore?
No, I hate that movie.
Okay.
I hate that movie. I hate Billy Madison. The only movie that's like semi-endearing to me is Big Daddy.
Big Daddy, okay.
Just because I'm like, I could never buy this, but it's a funny concept. Adam Sandler being a dad of an illegitimate child. That's fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
That's what his real life should be. Because I feel like that's what his fucked up life should be. And probably is or was at certain points. Probably in the early 2000s it was like that.
It might have been, yeah.
But I don't know. It's so ridiculous a concept that I can get behind that and laugh at that. Especially the scene where he's just in McDonald's, like, yelling. He's like, "You don't serve breakfast, it's 10:03." And then he's, like, making fucking Cole Sprouse or whichever Sprouse brothers on screen cry. And he's like, "Look, you made the fucking kid cry." As he's, like, yelling at these poor McDonald's employees because they won't get him a McGriddle to shove in his stupid-ass kid's mouth. And then you got, I don't know. I mean, there's parts of Happy Gilmore that are funny. The shit with Carl Weathers is fucking funny. The shit with the Gator's good.
Yeah.
But that's stuff with Carl Weathers.
Yeah.
I don't think the who is it? Bob Barker in that movie makes the cameo. That part's kind of funny.
What about Click?
Click sucks. Click's terrible. Click is so stupid.
People love the ending.
I don't remember the ending.
I don't remember. I think it's like something about. I don't remember. It was on Netflix. I should rewatch
I'm
it.
pretty sure I watched it on Netflix and I was like, that fucking sucks. I'm glad I didn't pay for that.
Yeah.
There's been a few good Adam Sandler movies, I guess. No, not good. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
The Wedding Singer's okay.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, Punch Drunk Love's really good, but he had to get Paul Thomas Anderson in there to be like, Adam, you're gonna give a good performance this time.
Yeah.
You know why? And he's like, why? He's like, because we got fucking Philip Seymour Hoffman, bitch.
Yeah.
So I'm not having you drag down my movie with Philip Seymour, okay? Philip Seymour's like, yeah, man, better.
Yeah, bro.
You better give it up. You better make it good.
Yeah, Adam, if you don't fucking act, I'll fucking kill you. That's actually what he said.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah.
What's that one movie that Philip Seymour Hoffman's in that your movie sucks loves? Syndicate, New York?
Synecdoche, New York.
Synecdoche?
Yeah.
Never seen it.
I haven't seen it either. I saw the whole thing, the whole 4 episodes. Where I was excited. I was waiting for like the next one. I was like, oh, when's the next analysis gonna come out? And it was interesting. Like it's one of those. It was a Neil. What's his name? Who wrote it? Same guy who did Sunshine of the Eternal
Sunshine of the
Eternal
Spotless Mind.
Yeah, and being John Malkovich.
I can't fucking remember his name, but is it Charlie Kaufman?
It is Charlie Kaufman. Yes. So Charlie Kaufman wrote it, directed it, and it's there's so much going on. There's so many layers. I can tell why Adam loves it, but it's one of those that there's just so much shit.
It just seems like a movie that I don't want to think about that much.
Yeah, there's so much thought going into it, and hearing Adam explain it, and that was the example I used way back when about how he even over analyzed it, about like how the font appears in the clock, and he was saying that maybe even the words were scared of time. And I was like, Adam, that doesn't make any sense. And then the next episode, he's like, yeah, so that was not true. And I'm glad that he corrected himself, but there's just so much going on in terms of time and death and even like yourself. Like there's a lot of stuff about like, I don't know, I guess like transgender stuff in there. Like Philip Seymour Hoffman is like a woman, I think.
I don't know. I've fucking seen it, so.
Yeah, and there's just so much going on that I don't even want to try and tackle it. And that's usually how I feel about a lot of Charlie Kaufman movies. I saw Being John Malkovich, and I loved it, but I don't think I'd ever want to rewatch it.
That's the thing is, like, the concepts of the movies, it'd be cool for a one-time thing. Why are you building your entire career about this shit?
Yeah.
Like, his only normal movie, didn't he make Adaptation with Nicolas Cage?
I think so.
I think he made... Yeah, I think he made that one. And that's his most normal movie. And that movie's fucking good.
Yeah.
Because it's normal.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's fun to watch. It's good to see Brian Cox and fucking Nicolas Cage just go off on each other. I like that.
Yeah.
I don't need to be thinking like do I want to kill myself really latently in my fucking head every movie you watch? Do I want to be thinking that my fucking life is some TV show for somebody else, bro? I know he didn't make the Truman Show or whatever.
Yeah.
But still, I mean, it's like, it's such a it's such a bad idea. I was talking with Bella about this last night. It's one of those like director philosophies that sucks. You don't have to make your audience think with everything. You don't have to make everything into a fucking mystery box. There doesn't have to be a twist to everything, okay, bitch? We don't need this shit.
Yeah.
Not everything has to be 80s nostalgia. Fuck off, Steven Spielberg. Just make something normal for once in your life.
Yeah.
Okay? But also don't make something shitty and boring like Bridge of Spies.
Exactly. I know. I agree. I think a lot of these directors, they spend too much time making something over convoluted and artistic to the point where I think it gets a little pretentious.
That's Charlie Kaufman.
And I think the other half, they're making things that really there's no heart in it. So there's a lack of artistic value.
That's the thing. That's why I hated Ready Player One. I hated Ready Player One because I'm like, this movie sucks. This movie isn't fun. It's not. Yeah. It's entertaining enough. And like, I can't stress that enough, is that it was just barely entertaining enough.
I didn't feel anything personal. I don't feel like Steven Spielberg even I don't feel like he put his heart and soul in the movie.
No. And like, I look at it and I'm just like, dude, you brought us Indiana Jones. I'm not asking for that again. I'm just asking for you to either retire or fucking give us something good like you did 17 years ago with Catch Me If You Can.
Yeah.
Catch Me If You Can's a great fucking movie because you can make good movies. But when you make boring... The thing about Catch Me If You Can versus Bridge of Spies, they're both 2 hours and 20 minutes. Bridge of Spies feels like 4 hours long. Catch Me If You Can feels like an hour and 40 minutes. If that.
Yeah.
One moves faster than the other, and it's like if you don't have an intriguing story that you can make move fast, why fucking adapt it?
No, I agree. I think that's a good question on, I don't know, do you think that artists get to a point where they just don't really relate to, like, you know, the general public anymore, and that their art doesn't really represent that or represent themselves?
I don't know, because... I don't know. It's difficult because people have this thinking about Steven Spielberg that he's like, obviously he's one of the greats. I will respect what he has done for film forever in my life. Jaws will forever be one of my favorite fucking movies because it is so well structured. But it's original.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I agree.
And that's what I can't help but feel Steven Spielberg is remaking his style as he gets older. And there's nothing wrong with reinventing yourself, but he seems more like he's taking homage to himself in movies like Ready Player One. Or he's just making boring fucking biopics.
Yeah.
Lincoln is actually pretty entertaining, but it's boring. And like I keep saying, Bridge of Spies is fucking boring. Bridge of Spies is it's probably a good movie, but it's fucking boring. I shouldn't have to chop it into 3 parts.
So if an artist gets washed up, what should they do? Should they just stop making movies?
You retire. Please.
Don't ruin the legacy. That's what you think?
Yeah. No, I mean that's the greatest thing about Quentin Tarantino is after his 10th movie, he's going to fucking stop. I don't know if he's going to, but
yeah, we'll see.
He fucking better because it's one of the smartest philosophies I've ever heard of.
Yeah.
I mean, seriously, the man will have worked from 1992, where he made Reservoir Dogs, until I'd probably say like 2022. So he's got a solid 30, yeah. That would be 30 years of film where he has made 10 movies, all of which have been very damn good. Besides Death Proof. Death Proof fucking blows.
And Jackie Brown's probably a little average.
Yeah, Jackie Brown's like, eh.
Yeah.
But it's better than Death Proof.
Yeah.
Death Proof fucking sucks. But no, I mean...
No, I agree.
It's a philosophy that you have because you set yourself to a limit, but you also set yourself to a standard.
Yeah.
But it's realistic. It's realistic that you could make it to 10 movies. You can't have a standard where you're like, oh, I have to have a twist in every one. Shut the fuck up, Shyamalan, whatever your name is. Bitch, I see you, okay? Not everything needs a stupid-ass twist. JJ, you have some great movies. You have the reboots of Star Trek. Those are good. You have The Force Awakens. But motherfucker, stop asking questions. Stop bringing up questions and stop putting your name on things that don't need your name.
Mm-hmm.
Stop being an executive producer on things just to throw in some questions so you can make your little cinematic universe bigger. It's stupid. It's a bad philosophy.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's difficult.
It is difficult. I think when you have a limit for yourself, I think that allows you to push yourself in a way. Like if I knew I only had 2 movies left that I was going to be making, I would put my heart and soul into those 2 movies because I know that once I'm done with that, I'm done. So you're going to make sure that they're the best because it's all you got, you know? Rather than if you did not limit yourself and Quentin just like, oh, I'm making movies until I die. Then like they might not be as special.
Yeah, like that's why I feel like I think Stanley Kubrick knew he was going to die when he made Eyes Wide Shut, which is why it has the longest movie shoot of all time. And that's why I think it's my personal favorite Stanley Kubrick movie, and I will stand by that for as long as I live. Because I think he put his heart and soul into it, and he knew what he wanted, and he did not compromise that for anyone. He didn't compromise it for the studio. And the studio certainly wasn't going to fuck with it after he died.
Yeah.
That'd be some stupid shit for both fanboys and from his estate. That'd just be a terrible idea. And personally, that's why I think it's his best movie, is because
he's true to himself.
Yeah, and I think he knew he was going to die.
Yeah.
Or at least he anticipated him dying, or that it was going to be his last movie.
So what's the difference between Stanley Kubrick being true to himself and J.J. Abrams and Steven Spielberg being true to themselves?
Stanley Kubrick has reinvented himself more times than both of them have.
Okay. Yeah, that's fair.
Star Trek, J.J. Abrams' Star Trek is just him trying to make Star Wars. And then when he got Star Wars, he was just like, oh, shit. And then he just did that.
Yeah.
And then he just remade A New Hope. Steven Spielberg is now burnt out, in my opinion. And he just makes things that either milk nostalgia with the BFG that he made with Disney or Ready Player One. Or he's like, what boring-ass nonfiction story can I adapt?
Yeah.
So I mean, he's burnt out. He hasn't reinvented himself in a way that I think is memorable over these past few years.
I agree. No, that's a good way to put it.
Like he can get good performances out of his actors but then again, they're always great actors. Like if you look at Lincoln, Daniel Day-Lewis is the best actor of the 2000s.
Yeah.
And the 2010s.
Yeah.
You look at Bridge of Spies, Tom Hanks, also a great actor. So, I mean, maybe it's not really up to him because the performances in Ready Player One are not that good. They're really not. And I didn't watch the BFG, but I don't know. They could be good, but then again, I think there was some great actors in that movie.
I think that artists should go the Jay-Z route and make like a 444 where it's just very personal and accepting that they're not really part of the culture anymore, but they don't need to be.
Yeah, but I don't know how Steven Spielberg would go about that. I think it would end up just turning into a nostalgia fest, which is why 444 works within its medium, and why I think Steven Spielberg should just stop.
So just like an artist updating their sound, like a musician, you think that Steven Spielberg should update his sound?
Yeah, or just stop. Because I don't think he's in touch with it anymore. Whoa. He invented blockbusters, but blockbusters have changed.
Yeah, that's a good quote. I like that. He did make the first blockbuster, and here he is, being destroyed by the very thing he created.
But I mean, the thing is, I think he does know that they've changed. There's no way a studio exec hasn't told him that they've changed. There's no way. But his refusal to change with them is stupid. It's bad. I don't know. I mean, I'm sure Ready Player One was extremely successful because it has Steven Spielberg. It's about VR tech. It's about video games and all that shit.
Yeah. Set in Columbus.
Yeah. That was weird, okay? I went and saw that opening night because, like, a friend of mine asked me to, and I was like, I guess we can fucking go. I don't know. I have a lot of these situations where I don't really want to see movies, but my friends ask me. Fucking Ready Player One, Captain Marvel, you know? Anyways, so I went, and then, like, the movie opens, and, like, you hear the opening song. Fuck, I don't even remember what it is. But anyways, it, like, kicks in, and then text says Columbus, Ohio, 20 whatever. And I'm like, what? And then people in the theater started clapping, and I was like,
Really?
wait a minute. But it was like a slow clap. Like, everyone was confused. They were like, woo! And then it was like,
like, yeah, whoa.
yeah. And then we were like, and then for the rest of the movie, nothing else happened. Like, we laughed a few times, I guess, but I don't know.
Yeah. Well, at least you were represented.
Yeah, I thought it was weird. I was like, is this pandering? Whenever shit like that pops up in movies, it freaks me out because I'm like, did they do that for just like our location? Does it like, I think that would be so crazy to just have a movie like whose setting changes depending on the state that it's shown in.
That would be really cool.
It would be so crazy to just have like it change depending on its region.
Yeah, that'd be dope. Yeah, you can have like New York City for like the Northeast area, and then like Chicago for like the Midwest. Mm-hmm. You do LA. That'd be cool. It'd be like Unfriended 2 with the different endings, but different beginnings.
Unfriended 2 actually has a great concept with that, but god damn it, what a shit movie.
What a shit movie. What a shit movie.
What a shit movie indeed. And it just commits, like we said, the worst sin a movie can. It's fucking boring.
Yeah.
It's boring. We could probably go till 6 here.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
We got 5 more minutes. I do think that the title should be Steven Spielberg, Please Retire.
Yeah, I mean, he really should, and I really don't want him to make Indiana Jones 5. I really hope that doesn't happen. I want him to destroy all the copies of Indiana Jones 4, and I'll start that.
Yeah.
I will give him my copy of Indiana Jones 4 that I bought when I was younger because I was an idiot.
That's all right. We all
went to the fucking movie
anyways.
Went
to the movie anyway. Yeah.
Made it one of the most successful, but whatever.
It's hard to pass that up.
It just needs to end. His career should end. Okay, he's had a successful one.
I wanted to end on a high note though. I feel like he has to make one last banger.
Yeah, he needs a swan song, but
and
if it's anything like he's been making,
no. Yeah, that's what he should do. He understands that we are living in this day and age. Everyone loves the 80s for some reason. He could make a really good throwback like Stranger Things.
I don't want that. I don't want that
either,
him to make,
but I want him to make something good.
But he needs to make a modern movie. Like,
do you think that he can make a modern movie?
Yes, I think that he can. Robert Zemeckis has done it. Motherfucker started in like the 80s and the 90s, and he's still fine. I mean, seriously, he went from making Forrest Gump in 1994, and he made Flight in 2012. You don't need, like, time doesn't have an effect on how good those movies are. I don't like Forrest Gump, but a lot of people do. Yeah. But still, like, nothing has devalued those movies in my mind because the stories they tell are timeless.
That's a good
So
point, yeah.
Steven Spielberg needs to tell a timeless story.
Ooh.
But also not one that's stuck in a certain time.
In a certain time, okay.
Which seems like I'm repeating myself, but also it shouldn't be told like, it shouldn't be made in 2019 or released in 2019, set in 1980, whatever. That should not be Steven Spielberg's gig for if it's his last movie, which I guarantee it won't be.
Yeah,
I don't know what his next thing is.
He has done some timeless films. Like I'd say Jaws is timeless, and I'd say even Saving Private Ryan is timeless. So there are definitely timeless films that he has up his sleeve. I just think he needs to find something that he's passionate about. Because I don't think he was passionate about Ready Player One.
I don't think that he was either. I think that they just really wanted to make this video game movie, and they needed someone behind it. I'm pretty sure he made it because his daughters wanted to see it.
Oh, really?
His children. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I read that in an interview somewhere. He was like, yeah, I don't want to do this. And his kids were like, Dad, you got the offer for Ready Player One. He's like, God fucking damn it.
I love that. Because I think I think he also said the same thing about Indiana Jones 4. He's like, no, I don't want to do it anymore. Let's just put it away. But George convinced me.
George is like, yo, we fucked up Star Wars, bro. Let's do it with Indiana Jones.
Yay!
Except we'll just do it with one movie, not 3.
Yeah. Woo!
And fucking...
Oh, my God. Fuck. Oh!
We're clipping.
Yeah, we are.
Like crazy.
Hi. Oh, we got a special guest.
What's up, bro beans?
Hello.
Welcome. Cameo by Bella Gregory.
Yeah, we going to see Us in an hour.
Oh, I'm so excited. I'm pumped.
I'm gonna nut my fucking pants.
I'm gonna...
I'll bring napkins.
I don't need napkins,
Yeah.
bruh. Let the stains
We'll just
crust.
let it just slide.
Let them crust.
Let it slide in there.
I'm gonna let them bitches crust. So yeah, that's probably it for this episode.
I think Let It Crust is the unfound Beatles song.
All right, Bella, what do you think? Should Steven Spielberg retire?
Yeah, that's what we've been talking about for like 10
He's
minutes
gotta
now.
give it. He had to take a second though. Let it go.
You heard it here
But
first.
should
Bella
he
Gregory.
He should retire.
Yeah,
He should be done. He needs a swan song, yes, but he needs to retire
Yeah.
You heard it here first. Bella Gregory wants Steven Spielberg to retire.
and die.
And die.
One was
That's what we've been fucking talking about. Yeah.
But it was set in Columbus, Bella.
Shut up.
What the fuck?
It doesn't fucking make anything better if it was set somewhere. Okay, fucking.
We were talking about maybe making an intro like set for every region. So like if you were in like the West Coast, you would have like LA pop up and everyone would be like, yeah, and then like East Coast would be like New York City or something.
Yeah, like major cities based on the state that you're watching it in.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so if you're like watching it in Chicago or Illinois, it's like even if you don't live in Chicago, it's still like
Yeah.
set in Chicago, Illinois, because I mean it's fucking set in the future, so it's not like it has to look exactly
No,
where.
no. Are you kidding me?
you're
Ready
watching
Player
it.
One looked nothing like.
What are you talking
Columbus.
about? I mean, they definitely could have told me it was Chicago, and I would have believed it. I would have been like, "Fuck yeah, dude! It looks exactly like Chicago."
Ready Player One?
Yeah, dude, it's fucking
No,
shithole.
but that's what I'm saying. It didn't look anything like Columbus.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. They
Yeah.
could have said it was anywhere.
Exactly.
They definitely should have said it was
like,
Chicago.
they could have.
Or anything.
Yeah.
They had so many opportunities. They could have used the German village or something cool.
They could have, but they didn't. They it was literally just like, I'm pretty sure they probably just thought, well, it's based off the book, but still, like, it didn't have to be Columbus. It could have been any fucking city. Nothing was in there.
So to wrap it up, Steven Spielberg should retire.
Well, that's really mean, Bella, and you hurt his feelings. So
It's okay. It's not like he's gonna fucking listen to this.
Yeah, he's got so
He's-
much money. He doesn't give a fuck.
he's,
He has fuck you money.
dude, honest, that's what I'm scared about. He's gonna be like, all right, y'all are getting shut down. He's gonna buy
Oh,
OU.
He's
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 gonna
gonna
buy
buy
OU.
OU. We're not even on his map, man. We really aren't.
He's like, yo, these kids want me to retire. I'll retire their fucking podcast.
Oh no.
Bet, bitch. Fucking do it, Steven. I got my eyes on you, boy.
That's right.